What's up, everybody? It's Merman Mike. I got my beautiful girlfriend Natasha over here with me.
Hi!
And today's video is basically going to kind of be like MTV crib style. She's going to be behind the camera for most of it. She's going to be popping in and out and whatnot. But I'm super excited. The last treasure room tour I did was over a year ago. So since then, I've gotten a bunch of new treasures and whatnot for you guys to see. And I'm super stoked for you guys to get to, I don't know, just get to check out my whole room. And you guys have seen bits and parts of it in different videos and whatnot, but I haven't done a tour in way too long. So first, I actually want to kind of explain the further situation on here. If you guys saw my last video, you'll know exactly why I was in the sling in the first place. Unfortunately, I was supposed to be getting out this upcoming week of the sling, but while I was doing my physical therapy, the tendon actually ended up snapping from the anchor point, and now it's just this little ball of tendon where my bicep should be nice and round and whatnot. So I went to the surgeon. He said it definitely snapped. He's gonna have to go back in and repair it. That way, one, it's not deformed for the rest of my life, but two, there's also a chance that I would have 10% loss of strength if I didn't do anything about it. So I definitely wanna make sure I'm 100%, not only for myself, but also for all of you guys or anybody I'm helping. And yeah, it just sucks because it's gonna put me back another month and a half. I was already making progress in being able to at least go metal detecting for you guys or something besides just sitting around in a sling and staring at my treasures and wondering when I'm going to be able to find new ones. But I do need to get this done. It really sucks, but I wanted to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for all the heartwarming comments in the last video. It meant the world to me. It felt like I woke up in a hospital bed and I had a bunch of get well soon cards around me. Thank you guys, and thank you for all the support and ongoing support while I'm going through this. But yeah, I don't want to keep you guys too long. Oh, and I recently had a birthday, so happy birthday to me, right?
29 and feeling fine.
Right, but yeah, I want to make sure that I can do this as long as possible for you guys and for anybody I'm helping, and to do that, I have to make sure I'm 100% healthy. So tomorrow I'm going in for surgery, and hopefully this time it should take. So we'll see, but anywho, on to the treasure room tour. Stay tuned. as you guys can see, there is a ton more treasures here since the last treasure room video I did for you guys. So I can't get to them all, but I'm gonna try to do as many as possible, or at least the most interesting ones. So I'm gonna start by this goose. We actually found it in the American River. It was missing its head when we found it, and we actually looked around for quite a bit, couldn't find the head, and I had to bring it home with me. We actually named it Fran. It protects our treasure room. It's our guard goose. We're gonna start over here with either this Apple computer or Apple TV that my girlfriend found. I'm assuming it's an Apple computer because I think this is where the hard drive used to be that they obviously got rid of, but then they still wanted to take the precaution to smash it to crap with a baseball bat or a crowbar and then still throw it in the water after that. But my girlfriend actually found it from the raft while I was scuba diving. I had tunnel vision apparently and didn't even see it, but I came back up and she was like, hey, what's that? And sure enough, it was an Apple, I'm gonna say it was an Apple computer. Yeah, final answer. We got a bunch of toys over here too, some American flags. These mostly came from like the bridge on 4th of July. They had them just all over the bridge and they just ripped out from the wind. We got a bunch of tools over here that came from a tackle box. Another tool that we just found on our dry suit dive. Some bike handles, big old boat rope. We have found a bunch of new anchors since the last time I was doing the treasure room tour. I can't tell you how many I found yet. I'm probably at least 20, but I'm always super excited when I find them. I don't know why. Other people say they're junk or whatever, but I think they always look so cool, especially the super old ones. All right, let's keep moving. Got another laptop. That was the first laptop that I found. We got a breathalyzer from like the back of an actual like Rangers unit or cop car. It's like one of the $1,000 breathalyzers. I think this is like a kid's game or something. Got a disc golf frisbee, or disc. You don't want to say frisbee in the disc golf community. Got, I don't know, Fight Club glove. I have no idea what this is. If you guys know what it is, please let me know. I think maybe like a leg to something.
It's dropping dirt everywhere.
Yeah, if you guys know, let me know, please, in the comments. Got another battery. I picked up a couple of these from the water. The others are in the garage. Got some shoes. I had these, I think, the last time, but I got a frying pan and some other weird stuff. This is the biggest anchor that we found so far. I think that was in the last one too, but we've also found golf club, kayak rest, some scooters. We found a golf ball picker upper. That was by a That was by a resort. And then if we move over here, the hat collection has gotten much bigger since the last time. Now got it kind of separated into like cowboy and sun hats, and then we got all the baseball caps up here. Down here we have a lot more of these, what I believe is Hindu statues. I apologize if that's incorrect, but yeah, just a bunch of them. And I think they're so cool because one, it allows me to get to learn something new about another culture, but two, it's just, they're actually like treasure looking, you know? Like, look, that one also has like brass and whatnot showing, and this one's all shiny and whatnot too. But got a bunch of different miscellaneous items. We've got some speakers back here, some water bottles. I think this was, what did they say? It was a pull along or something like that, that you would ratchet something up from like the top of the bridge or something. We got a bunch of new magnets now. My dad actually took one from me. He came by and was like, oh my God, I need a magnet for whatever he needed it for. And I'm sure he used it once and then put it in a drawer and never touched it again. But I'm gonna have to get that back from him at some point. We got, what else? Probably some new anchors down here as well. Got a couple fishing nets. If we move over here.
I love the Buzz Lightyear.
The Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always think it's so like sad when I find a kid's toy because I'm immediately like, oh, poor kid like lost their favorite toy. Or did they just yeet their toy out into the middle of the river? Yeet! Got a bunch of new things in here, mainly just like a lot of lighters. There's a hard drive, more discs. Down here, we've got a lot more golf balls since the last time, plus some other balls. And then I have a whole bucket full of golf balls over there as well. Got 2 full things of Coca-Cola. I just thought that was interesting because we found those on the bottom of a cliff jumping spot that was like nothing but rocks. And I just couldn't make out how they would get to the bottom and still one piece, but 2 of them were down there. What else?
The spoon.
The spoon.
The spoon.
The biggest spoon that I've ever found. All right, let's move over here. Clearly, we have gotten a bunch of new sunglasses. So last time, I think the only sunglasses I really had were the ones in these 2 cases. But now not only do I have more in those cases, I've got them just riddled all over the top of the cases. They're on the pool table over there. They're all over the wall. Yeah, sunglasses are one of the most popular things I end up finding. And other things we've gotten a lot more since the last time are Apple Watches. The last time I had only found one Apple Watch that wasn't able to turn back on. Everyone else, or every other Apple Watch I found since has actually been able to turn back on. These are the ones I wasn't able to return back to their owners. Besides for this one, I actually found the owner of this one, and he was so grateful that I found it for him. He'd actually already bought a new Apple Watch since then, and he said we could go ahead and keep it. So I went ahead and gave this to my girlfriend for always just being so supportive and always coming along with me on the journeys, whether it's super hot or super cold out. She never complains, and I absolutely love her, and this is just a small token of my appreciation. People are gonna be like, nice, bottom of the river stuff is what she gets. We've been able to return a bunch of them back to their owners as well. I think we've been able to return about 10 or something like that. So that's always fun as well, because my favorite videos are always the ones where I'm able to return something back to their owner. We've got this giant poster since the last time we've done the treasure room video. I was super stoked about that, still am. I love this thing. What else? We've gotten a bunch of new jewelry since the last time. So down here, we've got more necklaces. We've got a couple new gold necklaces. We've got some new rings, new diamond earrings. That was a diamond earring too. I always think it's super cool when I find jewelry. It's a lot cooler when I have an owner to give it back to, but I'm never gonna complain about finding a diamond ring on my own either. Other things we've gotten, this is like a $2,000 or some odd dollar watch. It's a tag watch. Obviously I need a little clasp, but I'm sure I could get one of those easily. We found a cool little butterfly necklace. I found that while trying to find some girl's Apple Watch. I have that video available on my channel as well. Got a bunch of new knives. I've got knives in here. I've got knives on top of the case, knives on the treasure room table. Knives everywhere, but
Oh, it's not the pool table anymore. It's
no,
the
it's
treasure room table.
We've got a badge. I'll cover the badge number that I found inside the river. That was crazy. It looks like it still has like the leather from where it would come off of like a wallet or something. Couple more watches in there, and then let's move up.
Okay.
All right, so over here we've got a bunch of fishing poles during our treasure hunts. And we have a bunch of new phones and whatnot as well. On the first treasure room video, pretty much this entire shelf was just the cases. Now it's all phones. Plus I've been able to return a bunch of phones back to their owners as well that aren't here, obviously. I've got a bunch of new bracelets, some weird earrings. This is a gauge earring that I was all super excited for because I saw the diamond, but obviously it's not real. Got some really cool ones in here though. This one I actually found on my Tahoe certification dive. It's one of the first treasures I've ever found. I thought that was super cool. You guys got to see this fan art last time, but since then we have another piece of fan art. And I always absolutely am touched when I get any sort of fan art or thank you letters or just kind-hearted comments. They never go by me or unnoticed, and it always means a lot to me. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, Hannah. I obviously love them a lot. So we've got a thank you letter from a phone that I returned back to somebody I put in the mail, and they ended up sending me a thank you letter back. This was actually a signature from a little girl that I returned her mom's phone, and her sister wanted my autograph, and then she wanted to give me her autograph. So I said, of course. And my friend actually gave me a GoPro on my birthday last year for my channel, and that's what that letter was. What else? Let's keep moving. Got a cash box. No cash in it, unfortunately.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right, still got to go to work in the morning. And then we have a bunch of new fishing lures, and like most of the other things, they no longer all just fit in the case. They're pretty much just everywhere now, on top of the case, on top of some of the other cases, on top of the pool table, just pretty much everywhere. This one's completely filled with like lead weights and things like that. I've actually been trying to think of something to do with the lead and the metal that I actually pull out of the river instead of just throwing it away. I'd like to be able to basically something to turn it from trash into treasure and to be able to share that with you guys. And I'm thinking about maybe like a medallion encased in some sort of resin or whatever, maybe like a coaster or a coin. I have no idea yet. If you guys have any ideas, please let me know. But I'm always looking for other things to do with the things I find. So I think that'll be pretty cool as well. Moving on. All right, so we've got the scooter and the bike that you guys saw in the last one, but we've got two new scooters over here. Both of them I found on the same day and both didn't have handlebars. So I don't know if that was just a dump site or they lost them while trying to do some cool tricks off the cliff right there. But yeah, I have them now. So this is the bucket of golf balls I was talking about. We've got a crutch that I ended up finding while trying to find a guy's wakeboarding rack that he lost off of his boat. We've got our stack of cones that we've been pulling out. I just kind of add it to the stack every time I get a cone out. They're really popular like around bridges and whatnot. That people end up hitting them with the car or the window end up hitting them off the bridge. These are all of our super long paddles for like paddleboarding and things. So this case right here is very special to me. None of the stuff in here I found on the bottom of the river or anything like that. But it all belonged to my grandpa, which turns out he was a collector of his own and a bit of a treasure hunter, as you can see. But this is all the stuff he kind of collected, and he always loved my treasure room videos. He was one of my biggest supporters and biggest fans. He always wanted to know exactly what I got, whether it was boring to everybody else or not. And it just, I miss him so much. I lost him, unfortunately, during COVID. And I wanted him to have a permanent spot in my treasure room. So here he is. Moving on. All right, so now I'm gonna show you basically everything I have on the pool table. And before I have everybody coming at me in the comments, I promise you guys, this treasure looks so much better on this pool table than my pool skills ever would. So it's getting a lot better use out of it now than it ever has. One of the coolest and possibly my favorite find is this 1908 12 wooden spoke wheel that we found from a Model T Ford. It actually had all 12 wooden spokes intact when we found it, and unfortunately we ended up putting it in a bucket with a bunch of other stuff and it didn't quite make it back to the car fully intact. But it only lost 2 spokes, and as you can see, it's obviously gotten very, very fragile and decrepit. But I'm not an expert at preserving things. I just like finding them. I could probably get a little bit better in that field. But I just still think it's so cool, and especially just how old it looks and the fact that it was able to stay in one piece for that long. All right, we got a bunch of vapes. Please, please, please try your hardest to hold on to your vapes, or maybe just leave them in the car for the rafting trip. I don't know. Got some bullets that I thought were super cool. I'm always super stoked when I find bullets. This is a shotgun slug. And then a bunch of fishing lures and miscellaneous things. Got another knife, some goggles. This is the first gun that I was ever able to find. I was super stoked that I was actually able to get this back. Unfortunately, I'm not able to get the super small handgun I found back because it was put on a Department of Justice unsafe to handle list. But the pistol that I found recently, I'm actually going to be able to call and put in a finder's claim for that in the next, I think, 5 days. So I am super excited to find out when I'll be able to take that home, if I'm able to take that home. And I'll let you guys know about it as well. Over here, we have all the nails and whatnot. I've actually found all these on my dad's property. It was done with the metal detector. I haven't showed you guys any of the videos yet because, I don't know, I felt like they weren't really able to put together a full video, but I'm gonna try my hardest to do that. That way you guys can kind of see where I got all these nails, and I'm also gonna be doing a lot more of them over there too, now that I know how cool and how much old stuff is over there. All right, let's keep going. We got all this brass and copper stuff. This was another one of my really, really cool finds. I was on the bottom of the river and I came across this bag that was filled with stuff. I thought it was gonna be a bunch of pots and pans and things like that. It ended up being filled with these that were individually wrapped in clothing, and I guess they ended up being part of like a religious ceremony or something like that, and it's a South Indian dialect called Tamil. I think I'm saying it right. It's Tamil, but I haven't had anybody be able to actually translate the entire thing for me word for word, just kind of tell me roughly here and there. So it's kind of got a whole mystery to it, and I love that about it. All right guys, so moving on, we have another pile of bullets. These are 22s. We got a couple wrenches that we found while metal detecting. Oh, these I wanted to show you guys too. I want your opinion on this. So I think these possibly to like a super old pair of glasses, and I want to know what you guys think, just because of the uniformity to those. But I have no idea. If you guys know, please let me know in the comments. So this is the only drone I've ever found that I wasn't able to return back to its owner. I actually found the person that was on the SD card that it came with, the person that was jumping off of the bridge. Turns out he had absolutely no idea who the drone owner was. It was just a complete coincidence that he was out there jumping off the bridge when this guy happened to crash his drone. So I'm super sad that I wasn't able to find him, but if he ever does come out or contact me, or she ever contacts me, it'll be right here waiting for him. So other things, just a bunch of goggles, things like that, a wallet, tackle box. That's a super old pot we found the last time we went metal detecting at my dad's ranch. And then last but not least, we have the bike. This is pretty much the last treasure that I was able to pull out of the river before having to get my surgery. And it also led me to finding a drone that I was able to return to somebody, and a bunch of other things, including a pistol, the bullets, and just a bunch of other cool things. So it's kind of cool how many things came just from looking for one bike and not really giving up on it and just kind of being determined. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the scooter that used to be with the bike, but some other person might have that in their treasure room, or maybe the kid that lost it actually came back and got it. So who knows? All right, guys, so that's basically it for the treasure room tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys saw anything that I didn't mention and you guys want to know where it was from or when I found it, please don't hesitate to comment and ask me in the comments below. I probably won't be able to respond for a day or two because I am getting surgery tomorrow, but as soon as I'm able to, I'll be going through all of those and responding. I absolutely love talking to you guys and reading all of your comments. There's never a comment that I don't read, and I just thank you guys for all of your support during all of this. I hope you guys enjoyed the treasure room tour, and for me and my beautiful girlfriend, Natasha,
Bye.
take care, everyone.